You won't believe what this Hollywood icon kept hidden for most of his life. When you think of old-school movie stars, the ones who lit up the silver screen with raw power and effortless charm, Burt Lancaster has to be near the top of the list. But behind that signature smile, that chiseled face and the action-packed roles, was a man with secrets that didn't see the light until he was 80 years old. What he finally revealed. It completely reshaped how we see him, not just as an actor but as a human being. Today we're pulling back the curtain on a life of grit, glory, heartbreak, and hidden love. You think you know Burt Lancaster? Think again. Let's rewind to the very beginning. Born on November 2, 1913 in Harlem, New York, Burt grew up in a working-class household. His parents weren't wealthy but they were determined. Life wasn't easy in early 20th century Harlem. The neighborhood was vibrant, sure, but it was also tough. There were no silver spoons in Burt's world, just grit and survival. But from the very beginning he stood out. While other kids were focused on books or mischief, Burt was different. Athletic, wild-spirited, and full of charisma, he quickly found a home under the bright lights of the circus. Yes, the circus. He joined an acrobatic troupe as a teenager and honed his body into a machine. Tumbling, flying, flipping, he did it all. That early training gave him something Hollywood couldn't teach: stage presence and fearlessness. When he hit the big screen in the 1940s, audiences didn't just see another good-looking guy, they saw electricity. He could fight, jump, brawl, and emote like no one else. No stunt doubles needed. His breakout role? The Killers, 1946, based on Hemingway's short story. He played a doomed boxer, a mix of brooding power and heartbreaking vulnerability. That performance launched him straight to stardom. But here's the thing about Burt, he never settled. While studios wanted him to stick with action roles and charming tough guys, Burt wanted more. He dove into character-driven stories, psychological dramas, and intense moral conflicts. And when that wasn't enough, he flipped the script entirely. In the 1950s, he co-founded Hecht Hill Lancaster, one of the first independent production companies owned by an actor. Back then, studios called all the shots. Actors were basically under contract as property. But Burt said, nope, I want control of my career. I want to tell stories that matter. And that's exactly what he did. One of his company's first major hits was Marty, 1955. A quiet, heartfelt film about an average man looking for love. No explosions. No sex appeal. Just truth. And you know what? Audiences loved it. Marty won Best Picture at the Oscars, proving small, honest films could win big. Next came Separate Tables, 1958, another rich drama that dug deep into human pain and desire. The film tackled emotional repression, social anxiety, and loneliness, all through the lens of a fancy seaside hotel. It was a risky choice, but once again Burt's instinct was right. Critics raved and audiences showed up. But nothing defined Burt's leading man status like From Here to Eternity, 1953. That beach scene with Deborah Kerr? Iconic. Waves crashing, bodies entangled, it was pure cinematic heat. But more than that, it was a moment of truth between two people locked in a forbidden affair. The movie swept the Oscars, and once again Burt proved he was more than muscle and charisma. He could show longing, passion. And he wasn't done. In Elmer Gantry, 1960, he played a fire and brimstone preacher full of charm, lust, and dangerous conviction. That performance earned him his first Academy Award. And in Birdman of Alcatraz, 1962, he stripped all the bravado away to play a quiet, intelligent prisoner who finds redemption through caring for birds. It was a slow, meditative role and he nailed it, earning another Oscar nod in the process. Over and over again, Burt refused to be boxed in. Even into his later years he kept evolving. In The Swimmer, 1968, he tackled existential themes and psychological surrealism. And in Atlantic City, 1980, he gave one of his best late-career performances as an aging gambler clinging to his past. That role? Another Oscar nomination. Burt never coasted. He acted until the very end. But beyond the screen, Burt had depth most Hollywood stars lacked. He was politically engaged, fearlessly so. So now I want to hear from you. What's your favorite Burt Lancaster film? Were you surprised by the secret side of his life? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And hey, if this story moved you, hit that like button and subscribe for more stories that pull back the curtain on Hollywood's biggest legends. Until next time, stay curious, and never stop uncovering the truth behind the fame.